Hi, this is Paul Saflen from the Drew Pearson Show, here live at Bennigan's, Plano, Texas, checking out the 2013 Dodge Charger SRT8 from Dodge City McKinney. This thing is a beast. Check this out. You want to know why I love this car so much? One word, ending. Check out all this trunk space, enough to make any monster happy. For more on this car, check out DodgeCityMcKinney.net. All right, Drew Pearson's in the building.
Let's start the Drew Pearson Show right now.
Welcome to the Drew Pearson Show, our guest segment with the great Charles Haley, number 94, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, a 5-time Pro Bowler, a 5-time Super Bowl champion, the only man in NFL history with such a distinction, and now a member of the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor, inducted in the class of 2011, along with the great Larry Allen, and yours truly, the original number 88, Drew Pearson. Charles Haley, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. Look at the fans, all these fans you got, man.
Hey, man, they here for you.
They love you, Charles. They love you.
Drew. I love you, too.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time. We know you got a busy schedule, but that Ring of Honor induction, for me, it was a great thing, and since then, I've gotten so much respect, and it's so nice to be now introduced as a Dallas Cowboy Ring of Honor member. What has that meant for you to be inducted in the Dallas Cowboy Ring of Honor?
Well, you know, for me, I know my teammates helped me get there, and without them, there would be no Ring of Honor. I believe in team a lot. I think the individual awards are great, but that relationship, those bonds I built with my teammates are more important.
Well, you made some great bonds because you had some great teammates that you played with, some excellent football players. And you got a very unique distinction here being with the Cowboys because you started your career with the 49ers. Is that correct?
Hey, I learned to play the game and love the game of football playing with the 49ers. I played with some of the greatest guys to ever play. They taught me how to love the game, how to play the game, how to inspire to be great. And I thank God that they traded me so where I can go and I can show others how to be great.
Was there one particular guy that mentored you while you were a rookie and showed you the way like that?
Well, Ronnie Lott was the big guy in that. Joe Montana, he had Roger Craig, Jerry Rice, and I really couldn't understand why these guys hung around me because I was an introvert, I was mean as heck, and I always did stuff wrong a lot, and so they had to come to my aid a lot.
Yes. Well, you were around some great athletes for sure, and great coaching with San Francisco. And then
I never had a bad coach.
I know, you're blessed. Then you matriculate to the Cowboys. And
matriculate? Oh, Lord! You got a vocabulary. What's going on?
This ain't James Madison.
Okay.
But you come to the Cowboys, and now you're around Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, all these other great players. Man, I mean, it's like a dream come true. Well, let me put it like this, a dream-type career for you.
Well, I tell people, Jimmy Johnson should be in the Hall of Fame for taking those young men, those young guys, and building a Super Bowl franchise. I'm just so thankful and grateful to be a part of it. I walked out on the field. I never saw that many stallions in my life on one team. And I was afraid to get hurt because I knew I wasn't going to get back on the field, Drew.
Right. And that kind of competition motivated you, right? To play well and to stay on the field.
Well, competition don't motivate me, Drew. I love the game. I love the game with every ounce of me. And hey, and as long as somebody put on a different color jersey, I'm gonna kick some butt. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. And you kicked a lot of butt, I might say. And what was your thing? What did you bring? I mean, a lot of guys, they're good against the run, they're good against the pass. Some are both. What was Charles Haley all about when you stepped on the field?
I think that as an athlete, you need to have a skill set. And my skill set was I was mobile, agile, and very violent. And I like the violent part the most. Hello.
So you saw that Dallas Cowboy game against the Giants.
I saw the Giant game. We won that one, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Well, they played really pretty well on that one. Didn't play very well against Seattle. This current Dallas Cowboy team, what do you think about this current Dallas Cowboy team?
Man, I think the nucleus of guys is very strong. If we could just get 2 guys a week to stand up, okay, I gotta keep it clean, but can make the rest of those guys accountable. Coaches don't inspire players. Iron sharpen iron, players sharpen players. And they don't understand that concept. You know, coaches now are more intellectual. They're not teachers anymore. They think that they can be intellectuals in a classroom. But it's like Jimmy Johnson always said, repetition is the motherhood of learning.
Oh,
it works. It works. It works.
Yes. And I think that's why the Cowboys might not execute as well as they do on offense, because they don't get the reps. They get a lot of players hurt that aren't in the lineup and can't get the reps, and then when they step into game situations, that execution can't be there because that continuity is not there. Is that right?
Well, Drew, I think the Players Association has turned the football into a 7-on-7 league. They can only be out there a certain length.
Yeah.
So, by the time you stretch, do special teams, practice halfway over.
Yeah.
So these guys, they don't have a chance, the opportunity to really hone their skills. If they don't come in from the preseason with a set of skills, they won't get it during the season.
Well, the Drew Pearson show is not only about football.
What?
We want to know about your personal life.
Personal life? Oh, Lord. Hey, let's keep that in the dark.
I hear you. We want to know what Charles Haley does in his life after football. Now, I know you're involved in a lot of charitable efforts and things of that nature as well.
Well, I believe strongly in my heart that as a disciple of Christ that we need to give back. And what I do, I try to go and inspire kids to be great, because when I look back at myself through therapy and through all the things I've done in my life, I realize that anger and hate came from childhood. Because, I was poor. I didn't have much, so I hated everybody. And it's hard to just get rid of that. You take that into adulthood. And so I want to try to see if I can transform. I know I can't help every kid, but I'm going to try to help as many as I can. And that's what empowers me. That's what gives me inspiration.
Yeah, you take advantage of your name, your likeness, and your presence, and you use that to help other people, and your focus is on kids.
Well, I don't do that because when I take my name and do stuff, then I'm not giving God the glory.
Amen.
So I act, but I will never put my name on anything because he guides me. I done stepped on so many landmines and not got blown up, and he's protected me so much. So I'm gonna give him all the praises that I can,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's say amen to that.
Hey.
But anyway,
hey, that's pink, right?
No, not pink, man.
That's not pink. Okay.
But it's cool because wide receivers do this. This is how linemen do.
Hey, but I look good. Hello.
You do look good. You don't have to do because you're big.
Hey.
But anyway, we want to thank you for taking the time out, Charlie, and being part of the Drew Pearson Show, Charles Haley, and God bless you as you continue in your life after football.
Well, Drew, before we close, I just want you to know it's an honor when you asked me to come be the first guest. I was inspired because, I like people that believe in me because I believe in you. Hey, you are the strength.
Right on, man.
You are the glue, baby.
5-time Super Bowl champ, Charles Haley. Give it up for him. We're doing this show today from the lovely Bennigan's restaurant. They do a great job in the kitchen, and Paul Salfen had been in their kitchen working on a special item. What have you been working on, Paul?
That's right. We went and checked out the Monte Cristo sandwich, which is their signature plate here. It's been popular since the 60s in Disneyland. It's a fried turkey, ham, and cheese sandwich. And you know, we're coming up on the state fair, so we love our fried food here in Texas. So we're going to check out exactly what goes into making the Monte Cristo sandwich right now with my co-host, Christy Keith.
Welcome back to the Drew Pearson Show. We're here at Bennigan's, and we found a couple fans that are big Cowboy fans, but they're also involved in different charities. We have Dina Miller and also Allison Ainsworth, and we're going to ask them a couple questions, and we'll start with Dina. Dina, you're involved with a charity. Tell us something about that charity and what you got going on.
I am Polo on the Midway, and you were there in 2007, our third year that we founded it in 2005. We're in our 8th year this year. It happens on September 29th. Benefits Brian's House. Brian's House does some pretty wonderful things. Allison, tell us about Brian's House.
Brian's House has been the preeminent place here in the Metroplex for the last 22 years or so, where babies that are born HIV positive or with AIDS are taken care of and such. And happily, the need for being taken care of those kiddos has decreased a bit because the number of kiddos that are born with AIDS has decreased. But Brian's House, being the awesome place they are, has taken on autism and cystic fibrosis and children with brain injuries and aneurysms and
Cerebral palsy.
And
Down
so many
syndrome.
amazing things. And the Down syndrome kids is a huge program of that. So as the need has decreased for AIDS and HIV care, they just kind of jumped in and looked at who needed help, and they're helping.
Well, that's
We're
good.
raising money to help take care of these kids for Brian's House.
That's awesome. We know that's much appreciated. The kids need that and need to dig down and give generously for this great cause here.
Great.
But you guys are also Cowboy fans, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right. What do you think about this year's Dallas Cowboy team?
Well, we're just 1-1, so we're okay, right?
Yeah, we're okay. Yeah. And what about you, Alice?
I love the Cowboys, and I'm hoping that everybody, and if there are Cowboys fans out there, come out to Polo on the Midway on the 29th of September, which is just a Saturday away, and we'll have Cowboy games playing. We'll have college football because that's what's on, but we'll stream in some other stuff if that's what you want. Just come out.
Can I mention that we have ex-Dallas Cowboy football player John Nyland going to hang out with us and watch college football on our big screen TVs that day?
And Charles.
John Nyland, a
and
six-time Pro Bowler with the Dallas Cowboys back in the day.
And
A great
Charles said a
player.
little while ago, if he can get out of the soccer game, he's coming too.
Right. Well, anybody, you know, the Cowboys always like to support great causes like that, and this is a tremendous cause. We just appreciate y'all taking the time to tell us about Polo on the Midway and the Brian House, which it represents and takes care of, and the benefactor for this great charitable effort, and also give us your opinions about the Dallas Cowboys. Thanks for coming out to Bennigan's tonight. We'll be right back with more of the Drew Pearson Show after this.
How'd you know you're gonna marry Gabby?
She told me. And one day she grabbed me by the shoulders and says, "We're getting married and you're joining the department." My grandma, she said, "Can you live without her?" And she's never been with anybody else. I've never wanted to be with anybody else.
Officer Zavala, where are you from?
I'm from East Los, baby. City Terrace. Orozco, have you been working out?
Yeah, with your mom. Why are you shooting everything?
It's for his class.
I'm taking filmmaking.
Go get my good side, eh?
You don't have a good side.
You feel like a hero?
Hell yeah.
¿Hablas inglés o español?
Done!
I got him. Try to run.
Hit him, man. Hit him.
Everybody here is family. You got answer notes just like everything else. Then you have Brian.
Arriba, abajo, al centro,
¡Policía!
Oh my God. You and your homeboy need to power down. Cartels are operating here. Be careful.
We got a hit on y'all, man.
We're cops. Everybody wants to kill us.
You want to come into our hood and talk to us? We got to get these guys.
You're my brother. If anything happened to you, I would take care of your kids.
Put your hands over your head.
A las rodillas. Te van a matar.
Cállate, cabrón.
Go, go, go! Multiple suspects with automatic weapons in an apartment building. You think I know we were rolling up on? Let's settle this right here like grown men. Go, move, move, move!
Hi, this is Drew Pearson. We're back with Paul Salfen. Paul previewed the movie End of Watch, and we're going to get his opinion of that movie. Paul, what you think of that movie?
It's a great film. It's a gritty cop drama starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. And I actually got a chance to talk to Michael Pena and Natalie Martinez about the film. Let's take a look about what they have to say about it. Hi, this is Paul Salfen. We're here for the Dallas Movie Minute. We are here with the great Michael Pena and Natalie Martinez for End of Watch, which is what a crazy movie. I don't think people are quite ready for what they're getting into. When you were reading this, were you surprised?
Yeah, I was definitely excited about it because I'm like, I hope that people know that it's like an action movie, but there's also like a lot of humor in it, and there's like, it's kind of a character study, but like, from the response that we've been getting, it's been awesome, man. Like, people really dig this movie, and you just feel fortunate, to be in a movie like that. I mean, we put in a lot of work, and hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, you read it, and David Ayer's way of writing, it's just so real and so on point and very natural. So it's kind of really easy to follow, and I think when people are going to watch it, they're going to feel that reality. They're going to feel like they're in the car actually with these guys, and just what they go through. You're going to be very invested.
And how much of that became a lot easier doing the ride-alongs with the cops?
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing that really helped out, because at first we went on, I don't know how many, 25, 30s, like something like that. And the first like 8 or 10 were like really excited, and then like the middle ground was kind of like, okay, and then like not boring, but like, okay, I've been through this. What am I gonna get from it? And then towards the later part of it, like, you really got to be in the heads of the way that the police officers think, and it was pretty amazing, because there's not too many times in an actor's career where you really get to be like the character, and I felt like that character, and I'm it's kind of like lightning in a bottle, you know what I mean? You kind of wish for that to be every movie, but it just doesn't happen. So I was really psyched about that, and then to be able to transition that onto the movie just made it that much more valuable.
Yeah. What was the craziest thing you saw on the ride-alongs? Because I'm sure you had to have seen some strange.
Yeah, I mean, like, when people are shot in the face, you know what I mean? When they're, I saw somebody who's completely shot up, and it's, but this was more towards the end. I think if it was in the beginning, it would have totally freaked me out, but this time it was like, oh, okay, I've been through it, like, I know what to expect, more or less, and it was, it was kind of chill, like, I wasn't, like, overreacting or whatever, but it kind of tells you something when you don't overreact to somebody who's, like, shot in the face,
So say you're a strong man for
I guess. I'm like, it's not that you get desensitized, but you know what to predict.
Yeah. And do you have a new outlook on, I guess they were talking in the Q&A last night about how you've been in some, you have a lot of roles that have to do with sort of authority and that kind of thing. But does it give you respect?
It was really funny, because I'm like, never really a cop, but I'm like, I played I was a soldier. Right. I was a FBI agent. And then I was a security guard. I was like, I don't know if you can really put security guard in the same realm as like an FBI.
Especially the security guard that you were.
Yeah, an observer reporter. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, all right.
Lack of security.
Yeah, I mean, but my viewpoint did change a little bit in terms of like, I don't know, just meeting these guys, and like they really want to preserve and like, protect it, the neighborhoods that they live in. And they actually have a personal connection with was those people, you know, and like when they drove around, like, you know, the kids would be like, hey man, what's up, Officer? He's like, yo, what up, man? How you doing, man? You staying out of trouble? And he's like, of course, man, you know me. And he's like, what college you going to? And he's like, yo, I just got into Howard. And then he turned around and was like, I don't understand. Good kid, man, good kid. And you know, that's like, you're like, wow, I didn't think that was, but the way that he was talking to him, like they had an honest rapport. It wasn't any BS, you know, like, and that's what kind of like, I'm like, wow, okay. It'd be kind of exciting to play like an actual good cop in a movie that has action, and not necessarily like have it to be all controversial or not.
Yeah, well, and neither of you had said you grew up in, you know, the best neighborhoods and probably had the best interaction with cops. So that this had to be kind of a strange territory, right? Riding around with the cops, but on that side of things.
I mean, I really didn't do any ride-alongs just because I was just the wife.
Not just the wife.
Well, not just the wife, you know, but
You were Rock.
I was the Rock. But no, I mean, growing up with that, you do kind of see cops for what they really are, you know, and you need someone to kind of be that for the neighborhood and be that kind of rock and kind of set things straight. If not, I mean, everything would be kind of mayhem, you know? So it does kind of shine. I think when you watch this movie as well, you kind of get a look at how they interact with each other, and like how, you know, Mike said that they kind of interact with people in the neighborhoods. And you kind of get to see cops in a different light, like just like normal human beings, you know, just like two partners talking in the car, you know, you kind of get that reality of it instead of just always having these cops on a high horse or, you know, these crooked cops or something like that. You kind of get to just see what they really do and what they're really about. And I think they give an honest interpretation of it.
Yeah, and despite how gritty it was, it seemed like it was a lot of fun to make, and you guys had a lot of fun shooting the drinking scenes, right?
Oh God, well, I mean, I'm not a method actor, but I think this is the closest that I've come to, you know, doing any of that kind of work, and you know, I loved it. But like, there was one scene where obviously it was a wedding, and everybody drinks at a wedding, and Jake doesn't drink, and he started drinking, and I was like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, you don't want to pretend? And he's like, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, we all had a little few drinks.
You don't know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like, and it, like.
Or you don't know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Also, like, so I'm doing this speech, you know, like about, you know, like Brian, you know, we went to the academy together, blah blah blah, and I'm slurring a little bit, and I'm like, it's good because when people slur, they try not to slur, as opposed to actors who want to slur. You know what I mean? So it's like everything was almost in the opposites in this film, you know, and then. I don't even remember shooting part of the scenes. I was like, whoa, I did that? Okay, cool. Because I'm like, you know, we shot for 12 hours, and then we had 12 hours of, like, you know, some pretty good drinking.
I don't remember being as graphic either in my scene.
Oh, I remember that.
I know, I don't remember it as bad until I actually saw it again. I was like, oh, wow. My notes itself do not drink and work again.
Do not drink that much.
Do not drink that much and make sexual references.
But that was the only kind of real part. Even though a lot of it seemed improv, that was the only kind of real major improv part you got to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was kind of the most freedom I think we had.
Even though you don't remember, it's still pretty.
Yeah. It's fun. It's definitely fun.
Well, good. Well, one of the last things I would ask you is these roles I think are both really fantastic for you guys, and I think people have been kind of waiting for, you know, this kind of role for you. And there are bigger things coming. I mean, you've got the Cesar Chavez role, so I mean, this kind of got to be a really exciting time for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it totally is. I'm like, I've done, I've done like a kind of a co-lead, I guess, in a couple of other movies, but this one is the one where I'm like, I'm almost in every frame, and I'm like, there's like a lot of material to dive into, you know what I mean? There's like monologues and scenes that are kind of difficult, you know, and you have to navigate. I get to act basically, and you know, you would have never known, but I'm like, to be acting in like an actual, like, you know, there's sometimes action movie. It was really cool because it reminded me of like it's really all about relationships. Like, you can count on me, for instance. You know, like, I love that movie, but it's a story about a brother and his sister, and this one is like, you know, two brothers, and then, you know, my relationship with my wife and stuff, and it really enabled me to do a little bit of acting.
Last thing is the ending, you know, which we won't reveal here. Actually, you guys may not have known what the ending was because they shot several different endings. When did you actually figure that out?
Once I saw it.
Yeah.
I had no idea, you know what I mean? They shot it 3 different ways, and I don't know what's going to end up in the final cut either. Who knows? They might switch it up on us right away.
I guess it still could change, right?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on everything. We're really happy to have you, and welcome back to Dallas.
Thank you so
See you guys
much.
soon.
Appreciate
Thank you so much. All right, see you. Thank you.
I'm Drew Pearson, and welcome back to the Drew Pearson Show. We're here with another Dallas Cowboy fan, Michael Guthrie from Mesquite, Texas. Born and raised in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Mesquite, so he's a Cowboy fan, right, Michael?
Yes, sir.
And you always been a fan growing up as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
How many Super Bowls in your lifetime have the Cowboys won and played in?
Born in '82, so.
Yeah, so you caught the '90s Super Bowl. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That was your team. Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin.
Yes,
who was that running back they had? It was pretty good.
A guy named Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys now. They beat the New York Giants, had trouble against Seattle, couldn't win that one up there. And now they got Tampa coming. What kind of team do you think we got with the Dallas Cowboys?
I think we have a good team. I think this past week was a big-time hiccup. It was hit them by surprise, I think. But we'll be ready for Tampa this week.
Okay, all Cowboys fans always got to have a favorite player. Now, as a kid growing up, who was your favorite player with the Dallas Cowboys?
Probably Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman? So did you play football yourself?
I did, not in high school. I played baseball.
You played baseball? Looked like you might be a second baseman.
I was a second baseman. I played third now. So.
Oh, right on, man. So you're a Ranger fan, too?
Oh, yeah, big time Ranger.
Right on. How about the Yankees? You like them?
It's the furthest thing from my mind.
I'm a Yankee fan. Go Yankees. Until you play the Rangers,
right.
We have trouble with them. But so nowadays, who might your favorite player be?
That'd be Jason Witten.
Jason
That
Witten?
guy is, he's got his head on his shoulders. That guy's all about his team. It's not about Jason Witten. It's about the Dallas Cowboys and what's best for them. So.
Yeah, he always talks about team when he's making his comments, win or lose. We win together, we lose together. Whether I have a great game to help us win or I don't have that great game and contribute to the loss, he's always the same Jason Witten after all the Cowboy games. And Jason Witten's one of your favorite players, and they're doing a little trouble right now, but they're going to be okay, I think.
They're going to be all right. I'm not worried a bit.
Yeah. All right, well, you heard it right here from Michael Guthrie. The Cowboys are going to be all right. Take it to the bank. You can only get that kind of stuff right here on the Drew Pearson Show. This is Drew Pearson, the original number 88. Catch my co-host, Paul Salfen, and me on Fox Sports. DrewPearsonShow.com. We're more than just sports. Hi, this is Drew Pearson, the original number 88. Come catch us at North Central Ford. Me and my buddy Charlie will be there for the Drew Pearson Show.